What if I told you the very vegetables you've been eating every day, yes, the ones you've always believed were good for you, might actually be speeding up aging in your immune system, your brain, and even your legs? It sounds surprising, right? But that's exactly what's happening to countless seniors, and the real tragedy is, most people don't even realize it. Welcome to Senior Health, your trusted source for aging well. I'm Dr. Henry Wells, and today's video is going to challenge some of your beliefs about healthy eating. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to share something important, something that could change the way you think about the food on your plate. Let's start with a simple truth. We all grew up believing that vegetables are always healthy. And for the most part, that's true. But things change when you turn 60. Blood flow slows. Inflammation creeps up. Your gut doesn't absorb nutrients like it used to. And suddenly, some vegetables that were once helpful can quietly begin doing harm. Some spike your blood sugar. Others irritate the lining of your stomach. Some may even damage the tiny blood vessels in your brain and legs. Over time, that leads to things like poor circulation, mental fog, trouble balancing, and a greater risk of falls. There's a study in the Journal of Gerontology that actually found a link between certain vegetables and faster memory and mobility decline. And we're not talking about obscure foods here. These are everyday vegetables. You probably have them in your kitchen right now. But don't worry, this isn't a doom and gloom lecture. For every vegetable you might want to avoid, there's another that can do wonders for your brain, your legs, and your daily energy. Today, we'll talk about 3 vegetables you may want to stay away from after 60, and 3 others that can help you move better, think clearer, and feel stronger. This has nothing to do with trendy diets. It's about using science and smart choices to age with confidence, clarity, and strength. I've seen the difference these simple changes make in my patients. And I hope they help you too. Let me know where you're watching from in the comments below. If you have any questions, drop them there, I do read them. And if you're with me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss more powerful health tips from Senior Health. Now let's see how many of you this hits home with. If you've ever eaten healthy but still struggled with weakness, dizziness, or forgetfulness, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. Sometimes, the problem isn't what you're missing, it's what you didn't realize you needed to remove. Let's fix that together. If you're ready, we'll start with one of the most common and surprisingly harmful vegetables on the plates of older adults, the white potato. Yep. Mashed, baked, fried, it doesn't matter. White potatoes are comfort food. They're nostalgic. They're practically a staple at every family dinner. But if you're over 60, they could be quietly sabotaging your health. Here's why: white potatoes have a very high glycemic index. That means they turn into sugar fast, causing blood sugar spikes, then crashes. This puts stress on your blood vessels and fuels inflammation throughout your body. Over time, that inflammation can start damaging the smallest blood vessels, especially those in your brain, legs, and feet. This is when you start seeing symptoms: numbness in your feet, leg cramps, unstable balance, even delayed nerve signals. Let me tell you about Harold, a retired 72-year-old truck driver. He used to eat mashed potatoes every night. "I've eaten them my whole life," he told me. But then he started waking up with cold, numb feet and tight knees. He felt shaky on the stairs. He thought it was just normal aging. But when we looked at his diet, the pattern was clear. White potatoes, especially with butter or cream, were silently causing inflammation and poor circulation. It's not just about carbs and calories. White potatoes lack antioxidants and protective nutrients. That pale color? It's a sign they're not doing much to fight cell damage. Add toppings like cheese, bacon bits, or sour cream and now you've also got more salt, saturated fat, and added stress on your heart. Here's the good news: Harold made one small change. He swapped his mashed potatoes for steamed broccoli. We'll talk more about broccoli soon. But just 2 weeks later, he reported less stiffness, better circulation, and more confidence standing and walking. The results were real. So here's the takeaway: you don't have to give up comfort food. You just have to be smarter about which foods comfort your body and your soul. The next time you reach for a potato, ask yourself, is this strengthening my legs, or quietly weakening them? Now let's move to the next surprising vegetable, one that looks innocent, maybe even elegant, but could be triggering joint pain and nerve issues. Let's talk about eggplant. Eggplants are part of a group of plants called nightshades. That includes tomatoes, bell peppers, and white potatoes too. For many people, nightshades are just fine. But as we age, especially if you have arthritis, tight joints, or nerve pain, some people become more sensitive to them. The reason? A natural compound called solanine. Plants use it to defend against insects. But in your body, solanine can act as a low-grade irritant, especially in vulnerable joints like your knees, hips, or lower back. The effects are sneaky. No sudden explosions of pain. Just slow, daily wear. Morning stiffness. Heaviness in your legs. Stairs that feel a little harder. Muscles that feel tight or slow to respond. And here's the problem, eggplants show up everywhere, grilled, roasted, in stews, or lasagna. You may be eating them regularly without knowing they're contributing to your discomfort. That solanine can even slow down signals from your brain to your legs, making you less steady, less responsive, and more prone to tripping or hesitation. And it's not just physical. It can be emotional. You start avoiding stairs. You decline invitations. You feel like your body is no longer on your side. The good news is, you don't need to cut out all nightshades. But if you're experiencing stiffness, nerve pain, or joint issues, try cutting out eggplant for a couple of weeks. Watch how you feel. If you notice better flexibility, improved balance, or more energy, you may have just discovered a hidden trigger. And don't worry, you have amazing alternatives. Leafy greens. Carrots. Zucchini. Cauliflower. These foods nourish your joints and support circulation without the hidden costs. This isn't about restriction. It's about precision. Choosing foods that let you move freely, think clearly, and stay connected to the life you love. In the next part, we'll explore another nightshade you've likely eaten raw in a salad, green bell peppers, and then shift to the vegetables that are your secret weapons for healthy aging. Alright, let's keep going. The next vegetable might surprise you. It's crunchy, colorful, and shows up in everything from stir-fries to salads and wraps. On the outside, it seems like a healthy choice, and for some, it can be. But for many seniors, green bell peppers may be doing more harm than good. So, what's the issue? Green bell peppers contain lectins, which are natural plant proteins. In nature, they help protect plants from pests and animals. But in the human body, especially an aging one, lectins can irritate your gut lining. They stick to your digestive tract, block nutrient absorption, and create tiny gaps that let unwanted particles sneak into your bloodstream. This triggers a low-grade immune response, also known as leaky gut. And while that might sound like a buzzword, it's very real. That slow, silent inflammation spreads to your joints and nerves. And here's the frustrating part, it doesn't feel like a full-blown illness. It feels like your ankles are just a little stiff. Or like your balance is just a bit off. You might blame it on getting older, when in fact, it could be your food. And here's something even more surprising, green bell peppers are just unripe red, yellow, or orange peppers. That's right. They're not a different vegetable. They're just picked early. And that early harvesting means they contain more lectins and fewer protective antioxidants like vitamin C and beta-carotene. You may be wondering, well, what if I cook them? Cooking helps a little. But not enough. And most people eat green peppers raw or lightly sautéed, so the lectins are still active. That's why, if you're dealing with gut issues, nerve pain, or just feeling foggy and unsteady, it might be worth removing green peppers from your meals for 2 to 3 weeks. Just test it. If your bloating improves, your joints feel looser, or your mind feels clearer, you've got your answer. And here's your substitute, red, orange, or yellow bell peppers. They're sweeter, higher in nutrients, lower in lectins, and easier on your gut and nerves. Small change. Big difference. So let's recap the vegetables you might want to avoid after 60. White potatoes, high in starch, spike blood sugar, and inflame blood vessels. Eggplant contains solanine, which can irritate joints and nerves. Green bell peppers, high in lectins, which can lead to gut and nerve inflammation. Now, let's flip the script and talk about the vegetables that do the opposite, the ones that support your legs, your brain, your digestion, and your strength. Let's begin with a vegetable that's often underestimated, the carrot. Yes, carrots. Crunchy, sweet, and easy to serve as a snack, side dish, or salad topper, carrots are more powerful than most people realize, especially for older adults. That bright orange color? It's not just for show. It's a sign of beta-carotene, a strong antioxidant that your body converts into vitamin A. Why does that matter? Vitamin A is essential for vision, especially in low light. And as we age, we become more vulnerable to macular degeneration, a condition that affects the retina and makes it harder to read, drive, or even recognize faces. The good news is, a diet rich in beta-carotene can help slow that decline and protect your eyesight for longer. But carrots don't stop at vision. They also support nerve health, particularly in the legs and feet. How? That antioxidant power fights oxidative stress, which damages capillaries and nerve endings. Healthier nerves mean faster and clearer signals from your brain to your muscles, leading to better balance, fewer stumbles, and stronger movement. Whether you're walking on stairs, stepping off a curb, or playing with the grandkids, it all feels more stable when your nerves are sharp. And here's another bonus: vitamin A strengthens your immune system, which naturally weakens after 60. So that simple carrot stick? It's helping your body fight infections, protect your vision, and improve your coordination all at once. Let's talk preparation. Steaming is better than boiling, it keeps more nutrients intact. And if you roast them with a little olive oil, you actually boost your body's ability to absorb vitamin A. Just avoid deep frying or overcooking. That breaks down the antioxidants and weakens the benefits. The best part? Carrots are cheap, easy to store, and available year-round. You don't need expensive superfoods. You need reliable staples. And carrots are one of the best. Now, let's move to a green vegetable that's just as powerful, maybe even more so. Say hello to broccoli. It's not flashy. It's not trendy. But broccoli is a quiet superhero, especially for older adults. It supports your blood flow, brain function, joints, and circulation all at once. So what makes it special? Broccoli is loaded with a compound called sulforaphane, found in cruciferous vegetables like cabbage, Brussels sprouts, and kale. Sulforaphane helps reduce cellular inflammation, supports heart health, and even activates your body's natural detox enzymes. And that's huge. Because as we age, inflammation becomes a silent enemy. It affects everything: your memory, your blood pressure, your muscles, your joints. Sulforaphane acts like a brake pedal on that decline. And broccoli doesn't stop there. It's also rich in fiber, vitamin K, and calcium, nutrients that support digestion, keep your arteries flexible, and strengthen your bones. It's the opposite of the white potato. Instead of raising blood sugar and spiking inflammation, broccoli helps balance your system. And yes, let's return to our friend Harold. Remember, he was the one who ate mashed potatoes every night. But after switching to a cup of steamed broccoli at dinner, everything began to shift. More energy. Less swelling in his legs. Better stability in his knees. I don't fear the stairs anymore, he told me. That's what the right vegetable can do. And don't forget, broccoli also helps your brain. Thanks to its antioxidants and folate, it boosts mental clarity, sharpens reflexes, improves nerve communication, and reduces brain fog. Cooking matters here, too. Avoid long boiling that destroys sulforaphane. Instead, light steaming or sautéing in olive oil is the best way to preserve its power and taste. Broccoli helped Harold move better, think sharper, and live with more confidence. No pills. No pricey supplements. Just a smart switch at dinner. So if you're trying to protect your balance, your joints, and your focus, start with broccoli. Next up, we'll look at one of the most powerful leafy greens for circulation, vision, and mental sharpness. If you guessed spinach, you're right. Let's keep going and talk about one of the most powerful greens you can put on your plate: spinach. Now, you've probably heard it's healthy. Maybe you've tossed it in a salad or added a handful to a smoothie. But if you're over 60, spinach isn't just healthy, it's smart. It directly supports three of the most important areas of aging: muscle response, circulation, and brain function. How? It's all thanks to a special group of plant compounds called organic nitrates. These natural substances help widen your blood vessels, improving blood flow, especially to the brain and legs. More oxygen, better nutrient delivery, and faster communication between your brain and your muscles. This means stronger movement, quicker reflexes, and a better sense of balance. Let's pause for a moment and think about why this matters so much. Most falls in older adults don't happen because their legs are too weak. They happen because their brain can't send signals fast enough to the muscles. 1 second of hesitation. One slow step. That's all it takes. Spinach helps close that gap, improving the speed and clarity of those signals. And it doesn't stop there. Spinach is also packed with two antioxidants you might not have heard much about: lutein and zeaxanthin. These are your eye's best friends. They protect the macula, the part of the retina responsible for sharp, detailed vision. Why is that critical? As we age, macular degeneration becomes a very real risk. You lose the ability to clearly see faces. You miss words while reading. Driving becomes harder. You might even avoid walking because your vision isn't trustworthy. Spinach helps guard against that. So you stay confident. You stay active. You stay independent. And there's more. Spinach also delivers vitamin K, magnesium, and folate nutrients that support strong bones, emotional stability, and a healthy nervous system. So yes, spinach boosts your mobility, but it also lifts your mood. Let's talk about how to prepare it. Boiling spinach too long? Not great. It drains out the good stuff. Instead, toss it raw into a smoothie, or give it a quick sauté with olive oil. That not only keeps the antioxidants intact, it actually helps your body absorb more of them. And no, you don't need a pound of spinach every day. Just a small handful can make a real difference in your blood flow, coordination, and brain clarity. Next time you pass by that bunch of leafy greens in the store, don't shrug it off. That handful of spinach could be the reason you feel more stable, more focused, and more in control of your day. You're not just feeding your body. You're fueling your independence. Let's take a moment and step back. Over the last few minutes, we've looked closely at some everyday vegetables, some that can quietly hurt you, and others that can help you thrive. Let's review and tie it all together. Here are the 3 vegetables to watch out for after 60. White potatoes raise blood sugar quickly, worsen inflammation, and harm circulation. Eggplant contains solanine, which can irritate joints, nerves, and slow down muscle response. Green bell peppers, high in lectins, which can cause digestive irritation and joint pain. Now for the 3 vegetables to eat more of. Carrots, great for vision, brain clarity, and nerve health. Broccoli reduces inflammation, strengthens bones, supports blood sugar and mental sharpness. Spinach boosts circulation, protects vision, enhances muscle reflexes, and supports your nervous system. Each one of these vegetables plays a small role. But when combined into your everyday routine, they create a huge impact. You'll feel it in how you walk, how you think, how steady you are when you climb stairs or get up from a chair. Now, you might be thinking, it's too late for me. Let me remind you of Harold. Harold was 72. A retired truck driver. For years, he ate mashed potatoes every night and thought his stiff knees and unsteady balance were just signs of old age. But once he swapped out the potatoes for broccoli, added in some spinach and carrots, within weeks, he felt the difference. He had more energy, better stability, and clearer thinking. He said he no longer feared the stairs. That's the kind of change we're talking about, simple swaps with big returns. You don't need fancy supplements. You don't need a complicated meal plan. You need a clear direction and a little consistency. Think of every bite you take as a vote. Are you voting for strength, vitality, and freedom? Or are you voting for weakness, inflammation, and decline? The best part? You get to vote again at your next meal. So here's my question to you: which vegetable surprised you the most today? Was there one you've been eating without realizing it could be causing issues? Or one you've avoided that might actually be helping? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I read every one of them myself. If this video helped you, please like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss out on more ways to live free, think clearly, and age with strength. And I want you to remember this: you're not stuck. Your body is always listening to what you feed it. Every wise choice you make is sending a clear message. I'm still here. I still care. I still want to thrive. So eat smart, stay strong, and never stop moving forward. You've got this. See you in the next video. Before you go, if today's video gave you a new way to think about your health, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a step towards stronger legs, sharper thinking, and a longer, freer life. And if you know someone over 60 who could use this info, share this video with them. One small change could be the start of a big difference. Remember, your next bite is your next chance to feel better. Stay strong, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.